Yeah, it's like baptism by fire. So, hi to you guys out there. Can you hear us okay? No problem? Good, good, good. And welcome to everybody to our Rotary Club meeting today. We're going to start as usual with our four-way test. And if everybody could please be upstanding so we could recite this. Thank you, let's go. Of the things we say or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And I'll hand the microphone over to Gisela, who will do it in Spanish for us now.
De lo que se piensa, se dice o se hace, es la verdad. Es significativo para todos los interesados. Creará buena voluntad y mejores amistades. Será beneficioso para todos los interesados.
And now I'm going to hand the mic over to John for the thought of the week.
When you put hope in your heart, you've taken the first step to becoming a positive thinker. Bob Stokes.
Thank you, John. And if we can just be quiet for the moment of reflection. Thank you. I'm now going to hand over the mic to Chuck Lund, who's kindly offered to do the Happy Dollars and the introduction of our guest. I think we only have one guest down here today. Yes.
Well, I would need to borrow a chapeau. We're kind of bilingual here. I'd like to start with a welcome to our wonderful guests. We have a small group here today, but we have a very warm, welcoming group. Why don't you say hello to our friends? You're our guest, right? Well, why don't you say hello? Meg, where are you here from? Well, very good. I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh, well, I didn't want to start with you, but let's do this. You're happy to be... Who else is happy? I think you're happy. Tell you what, let's do this. Will you hold this for me? Okay.
Hi, I'm
Karen. We know you, don't we?
Yes, I'm a brand new member, and I'm very happy.
Karen.
I'm Betty Landon, and I'm just happy today.
Hey, Betty. Well, I figured this way. I think we have about 20 people here, so I'm going to challenge you guys. Here's $1 to match all of you. And you better pitch in, because I match you. Okay? That's how happy I am. I'm just happy that there are us here to enjoy this stuff. Okay? Thank you so much. And why are you so happy?
Estoy muy feliz because my project that I'm doing up in Upper Boquete is coming to fruition, so everything's looking good.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. You look very happy.
And as always, I'm happy to be part of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. So yes, I'm very happy. Well, I appreciate that very much.
Hola!
Oh, I'm happy too, but not happy it's raining.
There is no meter. It's just happy or not. Paper or plastic?
I'm happy as a worm, and that's a Panamanian saying that you're happy as a worm. And the thing about worms is they can't be where there's poison and bad stuff. And so I'm happy to be in an environment that is positive and edifying.
Well, I'm going to give him some change for that 50-cent word. And thank you very much. And see, we're learning something. Rotary is about service, and we get to learn as well.
I'm so happy to be here, see all these great faces. I cannot wait for the rain to start and make our gardens grow even more beautiful than yesterday.
You're not kidding. Thank you so much. And the peanut gallery's back here. Hey, Jenny.
I'm happy.
Next.
I'm happy for all the friends that I've developed down here in this wonderful environment. I'd be happy for that burger.
Yeah, man, look at that thing.
I'm happy, but I don't have a dollar. I don't have to borrow a dollar. It's already in there. I covered you, okay? Oh, wait, we've got to come to the big kahuna table here. We'll start with Tom. How are you, Tom?
Well, I'm happy that my speaker is working.
Yeah.
Well, I like this microphone. Needs a little more bass.
Thank you. I'm going to put $1 in the hat. I guess Dallas lives in a different subject of the neighborhood than I live in because we had 2.25 inches of rain yesterday, so winter's not starting up above you, is that right?
Thank you, John. And here we are. I'm happy to be here with all my wonderful Rotary friends. Thank you. Hello.
I'm happy that we also had a project starting in our yard, and it's going to be 5 months, but it's going to be worth it.
Oh, thank you. It's a good time to get started with stuff, especially in the garden.
I'm super happy for 2 reasons. Number one, we had a great board meeting this morning and we have got so much happening in this club. And there's even more happening. So there's lots of news coming in the future for so many great things in the club. And the second reason I'm so happy is that my lovely wife down there has just rehydrated me.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And certainly not least.
I am happy to, of course, and everyone else here. I'm very happy you're doing the Happy Goers. You are giving us more of entertainment here. So maybe you're doing it from now on. Every time we have a meeting.
I was the sergeant in arms at my last club, and we used to be able to find people. Do you know who Sheriff Joe Arpaio is?
Yeah.
He came to our club all the time, and he stopped coming. No, the president of the club is happy. We appreciate all your help today, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Well done.
Where did I get this hat?
Awesome job. Thank you very much, Jack. That's wonderful. All right, so we've done introduction of the guest happy hour, and the next would be Martin is not here. Martin was at the board meeting earlier on and gave us some really good news, and John is going to just explain to the club a little bit more about the Cuyahoga Clister Award seat.
We received from the DeVete Club an official letter from the president, Kelman Vasquez, that officially announced that they have assigned their second board seat to our club. And the member sitting on this seat at the moment is Hector Sanchez. Hector is Panamanian. The intent originally was for Martin to sit on that seat, and I think eventually he will. But there's some politics involved in this, but we have finally got the seat. We'll be directly involved with the board from now on at the Center for Planning of Cuyahoga Clister. So that's the exciting news for the year here.
Thank you, John. And I'm now going to hand that mic back to John.
Might as well do everyone, right? Cuyahoga Clister, Ron's not here, he's in the U.S. We're still waiting on a check from the Vero Beach Club. They've declared it's been sent via mail. I have not received it, and if I don't receive it this week, I'm going to have to check back with Vero Beach. It's an amount of about $1,900 that will conclude another phase. The laundry room that was recently completed by Tony, this would include painting the exterior of the building, and I believe applying for 3 laundry machines, and also there's playground equipment out in the center that I remember it was brand new, looked great, but now it doesn't look so great because it has to be pressure washed or steam cleaned, and that's part of the project. So once the money's in, we'll start that other project.
Thank you very much, John. Now we're going to talk about the Bobby McGann Potable Water School Project. Jenny's going to give us an update on that.
Hi, everyone. Project's going well, continues to go well. We have 6 schools in the first part. 2 are totally complete. 3 are complete. 2 are almost finished, and 1 is starting this week. So we're in good shape. The really good news is that when we put a very large tank into Alto Boquete, they had 2 smaller tanks that they donated to Paducah. They donated back to us. So that saved us about $300 for each of those. So that's about $600 savings on the project. We've come in way under budget, which I'm very glad to report. And what that means is that will enable us, after we're finished with this 6 and we see what the absolute bottom line is, to go on to our next level of considering more schools. There are lots of schools out there that are needy, so they're waiting for us. I want to make a point about the project that I think is very important for people to understand about development projects. I have always said, whenever possible, we will involve local businesses. We will purchase from them and we will do business from them. That worked on this one because Grupo Aguas has been doing a great deal of the work on this project. They are so enthusiastic about it. They've given us a break on a lot of the prices. They work really, really well. They do excellent, excellent work. And the part about working with this local business is they are so enthusiastic about the project. They really congratulate Rotary for being involved in this project. They appreciate Rotary for being involved in it. And that's the best PR we can have in this community. Because all of the office workers, all of the workers on the project will go home and talk to their family about what Rotary is doing in the community. So this is my plea for whenever possible to work with local businesses. And also if you have some Grupo Aguas or you have any connection with them, please thank them because they are in many ways helping to support the project by giving us really good prices. And also by doing things like going to Alto Boquete and picking up those 2 tanks, which means that they're not going to sell us those tanks. So that was even something on top of that, getting the tanks clean and putting them into schools.
Thank you very much, Ginny. Well done. This month is May, next month is June. We all know what happens in June. We have our Toma. And yeah, it's come around so quickly. It's amazing. So it's a big event, and the production thereof is well underway. We've done quite a bit of work on that. And I think to give the club a bit of feedback as to where we are on that, we were going to have Peggy do it, but unfortunately she's not here today. So again, I'm going to hand the mic back to our elegant speaker, John, who's going to help us just to know a little bit more about where we are with the Toma.
Debbie and I, and Vernon's been also involved in this committee, got the e-bites out to every one of the members in the club. I'm sure you've all received it by now. To date, we have 31 yeses, 3 no, and 45 no reply yet. First and foremost, I hope most of our club will attend. I think this is going to be a spectacular Toma, better than last year. We invited a considerable number of the DeVete Club. I'm pretty certain they'll all come. Because when I say 45 no reply, if they all came, that's 90 people. So we have a capacity of 100. We've invited a number of the Rotaracks, I think around 4 or 5 of them. I expect all of them to show up. We have several guests coming, John Wiseman, who's affiliated with the Gallo Group, and Miriam Rittmeyer, amazingly, who spoke at our Toma last year. Her schedule just happened to work out that instead of April, she's here in June. She's going to be our keynote speaker again and update us on Manchichi, the new Guatemala project. She's bringing with her 2 of their key assistants that'll be with her as well. I've invited a few other friends of Rotary as well, so at this point, I don't know what's going to happen, but I got a good feeling we'll be sold out. So you've seen the invitation. We do have, for those that do accept, we're going to send out an agenda that gives you the full schedule. It'll be starting at 1. It'll officially end at 5:30. And I think there's going to be a lot of fun for everybody to be had.
Can we pay for those tickets today?
Yes.
Yeah, the tickets can be paid for today. Just come and see Alan or Kat, and they will take the money and record your payment, or you can do a direct online payment into the bank account as well. So, yeah, for this, yeah, when you do your payment online, if you don't state your name, you haven't paid because we know who it is. So you'll be paying again. So make sure you state your name. Any monies received without a name will gladly be accepted for donations. Thanks, guys. So the other thing that we, what other thought I had about there?
When you do a payment online, you usually get a confirmation of your transaction. You get the confirmation for it to Gisela. Then we know who made that deposit.
Yeah, we got to stress that we have to pay the organisers of the event or the venue where we're having it. We have to pay them beforehand. And in the past, we've done that, and then hoping people would arrive and pay it, and didn't arrive and pay it. It actually cost the club money. So this time around, as we are starting to do with most of our projects, we need everybody to pay beforehand to be able to go. If you haven't paid, you're not going. And that would be so sad because we've missed you. So please just, we'll keep reminding you if you haven't, okay? Next on the line is the Manchichi update by Jeff, but I'm going to put him on hold for that for a second, okay? I'm going to go to Alan Cat now to give us more information on the newcomers dinner in May.
All right, well, it's coming along well. We're having the second annual newcomers dinner at John McGann's on the 21st. Everybody that's been invited knows about it. We are starting to have the newcomers come and just meet personally with a couple of the members. And we're going to extend that the next time to maybe a breakfast so that we don't always have to bombard John at his house. But we're trying to work on that so that, we have some personal time with the new members. And it's supposed to be a barbecue, lots of food, lots of fun. So we're looking forward to it on the 21st of May.
Thank you, Kat. It's a wonderful thing that as new members are coming into our group now, we can just give them a bit of a hug and a cuddle and just tell them what we do and help them to understand a little bit more about Rotary. For many of us who've been in Rotary for a long time, we just got to take it as, that's what it is. But new people coming along, I think it's really good that we give them a little bit of insight, but also show them the fellowship, the friendship, and the support we as Rotarians give each other. And in saying that, I want to talk a little bit about the fellowship dinner that we had last week or earlier this week. They sort of melted to each other. But we were invited as a club to go and join the David Rotary Club at the Victoria restaurant in David, which is an amazing restaurant. It's a lovely place. And John, myself, Martine, Doug and Linda, Dallas, did I miss anybody else? Well, we all went along there. Jeff was there. And we had an amazing evening. It was incredible value for money. I'm going to talk about the value. It cost $20 to go. Martine was there as well, of course. We got the most delicious dinner in this beautiful restaurant with a great artist singing some amazing songs. It was just like toe-tapping stuff. We had free drinks all night long, much as you wanted to, and all this just cost $20. And on top of that, they even had a raffle draw. And for this raffle draw, you got an evening for two at, what was that hotel? The Hampton Hotel in David. But best of all was the fellowship, the camaraderie, the evening we had with not just the David, but amongst ourselves. So really, the next time we do something like that, and I guess we're going to have to host one up here, is I really want to encourage more members to come along, because it was a fantastic evening. It really was good. And as I said, there was a raffle, and of course, Mr. Lucky John wins the raffle again. And we remember wine raffles, who all wins? John. So if anybody wants to buy a lotto ticket, get John to buy it for you, because he's like the luckiest guy I've ever come across. So, yeah.
We're going to raffle off.
And the other thing is John, as usual, you know, he's so generous. Whenever he wins wine, whatever, he sends it back in the kitty and he offers it up for more, you know, what's the word, raffling off or whatever, and we get more money for it. And guess what? Not only does he win this wonderful event or evening at the hotel, he's kindly said at the Toma, he's going to throw back in the pot and put it up for raffle again for us to make some money out of that as well. So, you know, thank you, John, for your generosity and kindness.
You give the Weed Club a chance to get their hands on it again.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, can you please give us a little bit of an update on our biggest, bestest ever, I think, project we've got going at the moment, the Manchichi project. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Okay, well, this will be kind of,
Close to the speaker.
how about here? Okay.
That's perfect.
This is going to be kind of a prequel if you do come to the team. As John mentioned, Miriam, Dr. Miriam Rittmeyer, the superstar director of the Valero NGO, that is the implementation organization for the Manchichi project, who conceived it all and have been operating this program successfully for several years now in Guatemala, in expansions. She will be giving the keynote address, and it'll be an interesting talk because she will have just spent a whole week in San Felix and the Comarca in 6 communities where this project is being rolled out. So she'll have some very up-to-date information on how everything is going and how the training is going and what she sees coming ahead. So we actually started, you know, this whole process probably a year and a half ago. You really look at it, but the global grant funding part of it started last October with some online training. We assumed that as soon as the Rotary Foundation gave the green light to allow international travel, and as soon as they dropped us the rest of the funds for the project, that we'd be able to get started, and that was going to happen in February, March latest, and well, anyways, it did. But finally, it is going to happen. And starting on Monday, the 2 ladies that were at our last meeting, Sylvia Salina and Patricia Mendoza, were the kind of the co-leaders of the Manchichi field team here in Boquete, Comarca for the project. They are going to work next week. And what is their job next week is get things set up ahead of time for the visit of Dr. Miriam Rittmeyer and her 2 other team members who will be arriving on the weekend of the 10th, 11th of June and spending the week 13th through the 17th in San Felix and the Comarca, and then coming here on the night, that's a Friday, 17th, to be here for the Toma on the next day. The exciting thing about the team, I think, is that the other 2 members of the team, besides Dr. Miriam, one is Tatiana Blanco. Tatiana is a nurse with a lot of experience in training in Colombia. And now she lives 6 months a year in Colombia, 6 months of the year in Georgia, and is a right-hand director for Miriam in her Valero program. Dynamic lady. She spent a lot of time online communicating with the Manchichi team that we have here, and very excited to meet them and interact with them in person. The other person is Doris Sepet. And these people will be at the Toma. And Doris is Mayan, Guatemalan, and a young lady that had the opportunity to get some health training, get some health education as a young girl, and Valero Miriam discovered her several years ago and has been mentoring her, and she's just a dynamic person from what I understand. So we're going to have a real cross-cultural interaction here. Maya culture to Nobe Mugle. They've already met online through October through December online training courses. So once again, that's another exciting angle of all this. So we're looking forward to getting this thing cranked off finally, and seeing where it takes us. We've still got some challenges ahead, convincing the Panama health authorities that this is something that's going to really make a difference. We're just getting clued in now to what some of our resistance has been with the Mensa organization, and it's historical. We've been fighting some headwinds because they've always viewed traditional medicine and midwives in the comarca as something non-worthy of their respect and something in competition with what they're doing. But in reality, they will get to see that this is something that will work to make them a lot more effective in providing health care to these remote and underserved communities. So so far we've accumulated most of the medical equipment, diagnostic equipment, and training equipment. Miriam will be bringing over some of this as she comes over from Georgia, and we're working through Gilberto, our accountant, who's put us in touch with a customs broker in Panama City to make sure we can file the correct paperwork to get these through aduanas, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So, any questions? Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. For our new members and for our kids, you all know what the Manchichi project is about, yeah? It's got me with my mouth full. Next on our, just another mention about the Toma. We heard Jeff tell us about the interesting people that are going to be at the Toma. Another reason to be there, because I think we're going to have a lot of good information brought into us at that event. We've gone through our formal list of things, and I now open up the meeting for general discussion. Is there anybody who wants to say anything or bring anything to our attention? Nobody? I'd like to say one thing. I'm very excited about another aspect of our club, and that is going to be our digital presence. I and John have been working with Mike Towell, who has very kindly offered to help us with our website and our digital presence, together with Randy. So we have a power group of people now that we can get involved with the website, revamp that, do some more with it, get our Facebook presence, Twitter, and all these social media stuff going, because that is definitely the future, not only to promote our club and what Rotary does, but it's also going to promote those people that help us in Rotary. I'm thinking like the people helping with the school water project. We need to give these people credit for what they do and let the community know what they do. And so we've got a lot of things happening that we're very excited about on that scope. So if there's anybody who has any ideas, what they would like to see on the website, please feel free to speak to me or to Randy, who is heading up the marketing of our club. We're really going to ramp up the marketing of our club a lot more. That's important, I think, not only for Rotary and for us and for the community to see what we're doing, but it also invokes interest. And as we see more and more people out there finding out what they can do, I'm sure we'll get more support and participation from other businesses in the community, which I think we should be looking after. So just a bit of feedback on our website. And that's me done. Anybody else have anything? Yep, we have some. Yeah, hang on 1 minute.
More about Tacoma, what it's all about. I've never been to one before.
The Toma is our big annual event where we pass on the presidency. It's like the end of term for the president, and it's basically the introduction of the new year of Rotary. So we install all the it's the installation of all the new offices, and it's just a big annual event to sort of go from the one year to the next. It's one of the more official and auspicious occasions. It's also the event where if we have awards and so on, if it's feasible, that's when we present all awards. It's just the big annual event for Rotary. Does that answer your question? No. I have Jet who wants to say something more.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, and this is kind of related to Toma a little bit too, in that one of the persons that I had mentioned to Toma to, that I originally was going to invite, Dr. Shannon Tour, because she's aware of the Manchichi project, and I've gotten to speak about that on her Saturday radio show before, and she wanted to meet Miriam, but turns out she's not going to be here for that week at the Toma. But she did invite me to come speak on a radio show on Saturday. They talk about different health-related issues for the community, and one of the rationales of doing this is it was brought to my attention not too long ago. Does anyone know Boquete here? Boquete is local gossip. That there was some Boquete about the Manchichi, that the project was really about forced sterilizations and abortions in the comarca, and just stories and things get pushed around, and you don't know where they come from. But be aware if you hear anybody bringing something up about this, and tell them to get the real scoop, And so she kind of encouraged me to come on a radio show and address that this Saturday. Thanks.
Great.
Well, I'm surprised to hear that Shannon has a radio program because she's my neighbor, and she happens to be the evening doctor at the Clinica Especialidad in downtown Boquete, so I'd like to hear a little more about that.
Judy, you had something to say.
I'm going to ask a question and I can't answer it. What does TOMA stand for?
Take over.
Pardon?
It's take.
Yes, but
Take-
is that a Spanish
Take over
word?
the directorship of the club. It's relinquishing of the old offices to the new offices.
Yeah, but what we want to know, and here's the puzzle of the day. What does the acronym TOMA stand for?
It's not an acronym.
Is it a word?
It's a word.
Oh, Tamar needs to take. There we are. Well, we learn something every day. Thank you for asking that question.
It means you take. Tomar is
Tamar. You take. Cool. I didn't know that in Duolingo. I'm doing Duolingo from the Spanish, and I haven't come across that one yet. So thank you. I've learned another word today.
No worries.
Any more general information? Cat. Here we go, folks.
I'm gonna let you know now.
Just have a general request from every member, and that is that Alan and I are sitting here to greet you when you come in, and we'd appreciate it if you come and let us know, acknowledge that you're here, and please pay if you're going to eat, so we don't have to chase you down.
Kat did say she wanted to have an entrance way where you had to clip the ticket as you go through, but I said, no, Kat, we can't do that.
First one.
We all notice there's a camera back there, and this the meeting's all being recorded kindly by our production engineer and director and producer of all things digital, Randy. And what we propose to do is all these video recordings of our meetings and anything of significance is going to be posted on our new working website, a members-only section. So we will be able to go into there. If we missed a meeting, we can go and have a quick squiz at what was going on. Or if there was an interesting meeting like last week where there was a lot of information given, websites, etc., and we didn't get that, all that can be put on there as well. So our future, I think, is going to be much more of a working website rather than just an advertising website for our club. So we ask again that everybody gets involved with this and come up with some ideas of how we can make this website really work for our club. Okay, so any other?
No.
You done?
Me, brother,
I will let you hit the thing, and we're going to call it done. Thank you guys, great meeting.